guys, what is going on? Blossom is back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, every so often, I would say like maybe 1-2 times a week, the Top Drives official Facebook page always likes to post like, these kind of questions, like bi-weekly questions or whatever you want to call them. Okay, they're not as frequent as, well, they're actually more frequent than bi-weekly because bi-weekly are like Tri-Series prize cars. But every so often they post these questions like, oh, what is the most underrepresented brand in Top Drives? Oh, what is the oldest car in your garage? Blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I kind of find them kind of interesting. And you know what? They've asked a lot of questions throughout the last couple of years. I decided to go take all the questions and answer them in all one video. Also, guys, feel free to play along if you're watching this video. Comment down below to all of these questions as well. I chose the ones that kind of interested me the most and the ones that didn't seem too outdated. So let us begin with question number 1. This was given July 18, 2022. So kind of went back in time to find some of these. What is the most underrepresented brand in Top Drives? Seriously, I have 2 answers. There are literally only 2 correct answers, in my opinion. But comment down below if you agree or disagree. In my opinion, it is indeed Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz just, dude, it pisses me off because they have not gotten a revamp since the game started back in 2016, and then they got a tiny revamp in World Expo, right? But what pisses me off is that even with that tiny revamp, it only brought their brand up to 95 cars in total in the entire game. To give it another example, BMW has gotten a couple revamps in German Renaissance and Black Forest, and they're up on 208 cars. That's more than double the amount of Mercedes-Benz cars in the game, which is so freaking unfair. I am a Mercedes stan. Like, if you're gonna give us 5-6 trim levels of 5 Series, then I want every single trim level of the W211, every single trim level of the W212. They don't do that. It's so freaking annoying, honestly. So yeah, I think they're hella underrepresented. And to give you another comparison, Hyundai, no revamps, 1 update, more cars than Mercedes-Benz. More cars than a brand that has been around for almost 7 years. What the hell, man? What the hell? It's stupid. Mercedes-Benz is underrepresented. And like I said, there are only 2 correct answers. One is Benz. The other one, which honestly is more underrepresented, but I'm biased towards Mercedes, the other one is Chevrolet. I feel like Hutch just forgets that Chevrolet even exists. All right, moving on. Next question. Name the most overrated epic cars. I'm gonna give you 4. There are a lot. You can name basically any BMW, not BMW, any Bentley, any Audi, but I'm gonna give you 4. The first 4 that came to my mind. Obviously, Bentley's was the first brand that came to my mind, so I literally just searched out all the Bentleys, and I was like, I'll just choose a random one. I chose the Continental GT. I mean, come on, 82 handling, 4.7 for a 0 to 60, and you're still an epic in this day and age is disgusting. And then immediately when I was thinking about the Continental, I was like, wait, there's this one car which I totally remember just does not deserve to be an epic at all, and that is the V12 Vanquish. Why the hell is it RQ68? It's got the same handling as a Bentley, which is already, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of handicapped by 4-wheel drive already, right? But it has the same handling regardless with rear-wheel drive. The 0 to 60 is 4.3 seconds, yes, but the MRI is garbage, and the top speed is irrelevant because the MRI is garbage. The Subaru Legacy as well, I was like, why the hell is it RQ66? It almost has a 6-second 0 to 60. 5.9 0 to 60, literally, like, this is a 0 to 60 that I expect from like lower end ultra rares, and this thing is an epic. Seriously, what the hell? And also the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 4, one of the best ultra rares in the game, is now one of the worst epics in the entire game. This is by far the worst RQ76 in the entire game, and it just does not deserve to be there. It is mid at best. It is really, really sad to see how far the Evo has fallen. It is incredibly overrated. All right, moving on to the next question. November 7th, 2021. No Mighty Boy jokes. Name a Top Drives car you own in real life. So I'm going to give you a fun answer and a real answer. The real answer is the boring answer because I think a lot of you guys will know already that the car that I obviously would choose that is in the game in real life is 69 Charger. I mean, that is always going to be and that's why, like, this is the only question where the 69 Charger will be the answer, because there were a lot of questions that Hutch asked, like, oh, what is one car in the game that you will own in real life? What is a car that you want to own in real life? What is your favorite car of all time? All those are the same answers, dude. It's the 69 Charger, the 69 Charger, the 69 Charger. One thing about me is that I'm incredibly freaking loyal. The 69 Charger has been my favorite car since I was literally 10 years old, and I'm taking that to my grave. So this is the only question where I'll answer the 69 Charger. I didn't choose any other questions that asked, like, oh, what's your favorite car, blah, blah, blah. The fun answer, though, the one that I feel like some people people may not expect, is the W212R E63S. I really want that now. Whether it's the W212R or the W212, I just want an E63. I genuinely really want an E63. I want that V8. They sound so freaking good. And the reason why I'm choosing this car in particular is because I am familiar with the W212 now. I own one of them. I own, one of the less powerful. I own a 4-banger model. That being said, though, one day if I could get the highest trim of the W212, whether it is the W212R or the W212, I just want one of them. Freaking sick, dude. They're so freaking sick. So anyway, yeah, those are my two answers. Moving on, but obviously 69 Charger, number one forever and always. Now, next question, November 9th, 2021. We will consider comments with the most likes and valuable options. Sure. Which prize car should we rerun next? Actually, you know what? I should have checked the comments. There are 222 of them. Well, my answer in this day and age is indeed the Hennessy Venom F5. Been waiting for this for some time. Hopefully it will come next month. Luckily it's not coming this month actually, because I retired and used a lot of resources for the Pagani Huayra R. And honestly, I didn't really want the Pagani Huayra R. I just wanted the cars that you needed to use. I opened the packs. I wanted to open the packs. And obviously since I got the right cars to win the prize car, then obviously I decided to upgrade them because it would be a waste otherwise. So yeah, anyway, that was pretty cool. I want the Hennessy Venom F5, dude. Next up, name your favorite British brand. This one's pretty obvious if you've been watching my channel for more than like 2 weeks. It is indeed, of course, the Aston Martin. Freaking love this car, dude. Photo credits to Aston Martin Dubai as well. I don't want those guys to come and stone me. So yeah, dude, freaking love Aston Martin. Favorite brand from Britain of all time. Always will be. Yes, that's always going to be the case. Next one. Also, my voice is a little bit rustic. It's also because I'm recovering from illness, but at the same time, I've been teaching on the Boston classes. I don't know if I'm ever gonna fix this, honestly. But anyway, it was okay, but then I got sick, and then it just hasn't gotten better. Anyway, so many new cars in the World Expo update. Name the coolest legendary Top Drives car right now. Now, this was obviously posted last year, but I'm gonna answer it today in this day and age. And in my opinion, I couldn't really. It's the 911. It's like the coolest one, dude. Everybody wants this. I'm not gonna joke, like I'm not gonna lie. I want this, not as much as I want the Hennessy, but obviously when this becomes the prize car, obviously I'm gonna be, spending money to try and get this. It's the best freaking car in the game, dude. Everybody wants this, and obviously I'm a Porsche fan as well. Moving on to the next question. Pick your winner. Name your favorite off-road beast. Again, if you're an OG to the channel, you would know what my favorite is. Now, I'm not gonna choose my favorite in terms of performance and top drives. I'm choosing my favorite, like my literal favorite off-road tire car in the game. And of course, if you're an OG, Beamer, if you're watching, I expect you to get this right. It's a 6x6. Duh. Like it has to be the 6x6. It's one of the few epics that went down to ultra rare. And I still decided not to fuse it into a legendary because I never knew when I was going to unpack this car again. And I maxed it out immediately. I love it. It was one of the most useless epics in top drives before World Expo. And I didn't care. I always had it in my garage. My current G63, like 6x6, I think is like, I want to say like 1,800 days old, maybe even 2,000. I'm not too sure. It's really freaking old though, and I freaking love this car. Now, moving on now, is the name of the top 3 legendaries that I own. Again, you may know this. Obviously, number 1 is Hollywood, right? My Viper ACR. Number 2 is my Demon, Blossom Jr. And last but not least is the Porsche 918 Spider. There are a lot of new legendaries in my collection that I genuinely love. I mean, I love my Jesko and I love the 164 Pro car, but let's not forget, I love the Jesko, I love the Pro car, the Escudo, all these max legends that I have. But the reason why I love them so much is because they're so good in the game and they're pretty cool in real life. But at the end of the day, if it came down to it, if I was at gunpoint and I had to choose my 3 favorite cars in the game and in real life, I mean, without a doubt, it's going to be the Dodges and, of course, the Porsche 918, dude. The Superleggera as well is really cool, but I didn't want to add it because I don't own it. So, yeah, these 3. All right, moving on, we have the most complete brand. What is it? Yeah, obviously it's not Subaru. I'm going to give you 2 answers for this. Before APGP, I would have only said Porsche, but now with APGP, I'm going to include almost made a sacrilegious mistake there. I'm also going to include Mitsubishi. The thing is, what Mitsubishi has, Porsche doesn't have. What Porsche has, Mitsubishi doesn't have. Porsche has almost everything. They got medium ground clearance, high ground clearance, low ground clearance, off-road tires, slick tires, standard tires, and they have SUVs, coupes, convertibles, roadsters, blah, 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 everything, right? But the only thing that they do not have is four-wheel drive standard tires. Yes, they have standard tires, but they do not have a lot of standard tires. They don't have a lot of four-wheel drive standard tires. They don't have a lot of saloons. They do have it, but not a lot. Mitsubishi is the opposite. They've got the saloons. They've got the medium ground clearance, the high ground clearance, the low ground clearance, the off-road, the standard, the four-wheel drive standard, the rear-wheel drive standard. They have the performance tires, they have the performance cars, they have medium ground clearance cars, low ground clearance cars, SUVs, all that kind of stuff. But what they don't have is they have high performance LMPs. They don't have, high performance race cars. What Porsche brings to the table. They don't have a lot of, really high performance convertibles, for example. So I think that these two cars, they kind of go hand in hand. They kind of dabble in the waters of what is outside their main speciality. For Mitsubishi, it's off-road and rain. For Porsche, it's performance and slick tires. But, outside of their speciality, they still can compete in, the opposite for Mitsubishi, which is your performance dry, and the opposite for Porsche, which is your off-road, like you can use a Macan or a Dakar or something like that. So I would say those two brands are probably the most diverse. All right, moving on. Next question. Which is the rarest car in your garage? Again, I'm giving you two answers for this, both epics. The first one is the MG Metro. This car has been given out twice, I believe. And both of these cars, both of the times they were given out before 2020. I think they were given out in 2018 and 2019, I think. It's been a damn long time, and it's still so good until today. And then the other one is the BMW M4 GTS, which I believe has only been given out once. It was in 2020 when it used to be a legendary, and it came out about the same time as the Moby Dick for the first time ever, and it was actually given out in a tri-series. This is like an RQ81 that was given out in a tri-series. We will never see that ever again, I think, in this day and age, because no one will ever compete for it anymore. But yeah, the M4 GTS, I think, is freaking rare, and I would say that the M4 GTS will be forever rare, my version of it, because if they ever gave up the M4 GTS ever again, it would not have these two symbols at the bottom. It would only have the prize symbol, but it wouldn't have the legacy symbol, because if they ever gave it out again, it's not going to be a legacy car. The M4 GTS used to be a legendary, so because it is a legacy car, and because it is a prize car, and because it was only given out once in a time long ago in a galaxy far away, the M4 GTS or the Clubman Metro are probably among the rarest cars in my garage. Alright, moving on to the next question. We have, what is the oldest car in my garage? I think a lot of you guys know this answer already. It is indeed my Subaru Legacy. I've owned it for 2,168 days on the day of recording this video, which is August 15th, and I've raced it 1,501 times. Next question, we have, which car brands are badly missing from top drives? No, I'm not going to answer the brand from Italy. No, I'm not going to answer with the brand from Japan. In my opinion, I really want to see Jeep. I would love to see Jeep in the game, so hopefully my dreams will come true in the next American update, when they finally remember that Chevrolet also exists in the game. Alright, moving on. What are the most extraordinary situations in which you have played top drives? This one I don't have an answer in the next slide. I'm just going to tell you right here. Probably on a plane. I was flying, and it was super extraordinary, because I was flying on a plane. I wasn't flying the plane, but I was a passenger on the plane. I've said this story a lot of times, so some of you may know I might sound like a broken record, but it was from SeaTac, Seattle to LAX. No, it wasn't to LAX. It was to Orange County. Oh, hey, no, that's Chicago. Where is it again? Forgot the name. Orange County, Cannonball. No. But anyway, I won my Porsche 918 on that flight. It was Delta, so that was a really good one. So shout out Delta, your Wi-Fi worked amazing. Actually, I don't think I was using Wi-Fi. It was a domestic flight, so I probably just had 5G anyway. T-Mobile, shout out to you, man. We take those. All right, moving on. Which is one Top Drives car that you would keep in your garage forever and never ever fuse? Like I said, you know, the easy answer is a 1969 Charger, but the fun answer, I guess that's more a little fun, but this was also a very obvious answer, is Hollywood. My first ever Max Legendary and still my favorite Legendary pull till this day from a pack. This was from a Dodge carbon fiber. I pulled this in October of 2019. It was a rainy day in New York City, and this was one of the best days of my goddamn life. Okay, moving on. What was your most favorite recent Top Drives update? Oh, this is an interesting one. Comment down below for everyone watching the video. My answer is pretty obvious. World Expo. Without a doubt. Dude, Porsche revamp, Mercedes revamp, and American cars, easy peasy. I would say Pacific Coast Highway, but I never got the cars I wanted. So I kind of hate that update, not gonna lie. So anyway, moving on. What was your first legendary non-McLaren 12-seat car, and how many races does it have now? The answer to this is my Ford GT. I voted for 2,107 days. You know what? If this car is 2,107, that 6x6 Mercedes that I have is definitely over 2,000. I've raced it 1,751 times, and it's got a god-awful win ratio. it's a shitty Legendary, I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, next question. What is the nicest and coolest update? This is a pretty recent question. It was asked like 2 weeks ago. What is the coolest photo from APGP? And in my opinion, the only right answer, actually there are a lot of right answers, but I think this is the coolest one, is indeed the Hyundai i20 WRC. Whoa, that's a good one. That is a good one. I'm a sucker for a snow photo, and that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful snow photo. All right, moving on. Next question. Pacific Coast Highway update release. What is your most favorite car from the update? Oh, this one is super easy, guys. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, I'm resting my voice. I don't want to shout it too loud. What is your most and least favorite track in Top Drives? I think this is the second to last question, the penultimate question that I'm going to answer today. My favorite is the half mile. Why? Is because if you have a car like the Demon, for example, with an incredibly low 0 to 60, but a top speed isn't too high, you don't want it to put on a 1 mile because then it will suffer. And I feel like I'll win by a lot more points on a half mile than a quarter mile, so yeah, half mile is my favorite. My least favorite is Ocean Beach Slalom. I hate that track set. It's like half rain asphalt, then it's dirt. I can't run off-road tires. I can't run performance tires because there's dirt. I can't run a drag car because there's a slalom in it, but I can't run a super twisty car because there's a drag at the end. So it's like half twisty, half fast, half dirt, half dry. I mean, half dirt, half asphalt, and it's all in the rain. I hate it. At the end of the day, I think you kind of want to just use like, you know, a 4-wheel drive center tire car for this situation with high ground clearance or medium ground clearance, because I think there's speed bumps in it too or something. But yeah, I just don't like that track set. When I see it, I'm just like, oh, you're the one that just makes parties not fun. But anyway, last but not least, the final question. Post a cool car that you've recently seen, whether it's already in Top Drives or not. And I decided to go with a car that recently made it to Top Drives. So an APGP car that I recently saw. It's a Mazda, customized, stanced. And yeah, as you can see over here, I saw this at a car show recently. And yeah, I just thought that, you know, it was just a good timing, you know, with the APGP update. I believe that's like a CX-9 or something. I don't really know, honestly. But that's just stanced up. It's pink. It's pretty funny. But yeah, guys, so that's going to be it for today. Those are Hutch'S questions answered. Let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed it, if you played along. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. But stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace!
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville Atlantic. Blonde hair, don't care, look like Leslie Brooks.